Hey, ladies and gents, this is Isdwiz here with a review of the Mythic Legion's Skeleton Builder 2 figure. 2 as in 2 in Roman numerals. All right. Here is the back of the new card, and it's got some text on the back. Doesn't have a cross sell or anything. It's just talking about these skeletons and why they're so cool, and talking about the history of skeleton legion builders. And right here it says that they're part of the Necronominus. No, is that Alithia? I don't know. Necronominus. And then it has a bio, or a sort of a bio. It says Skeleton Legion Builder 2. There is no legion in Mythos more terrifying than the skeletons of Necronominus warriors, summoned from the grave to blindly fight under the banner of the Lord of Death, oftentimes against their former friends and factions. They are a perversion of all that is good in the realm. These undead soldiers cannot be killed, for they are already dead. Only the complete destruction of their skeletal body will stop their advance. And trying to reason with these terrors is futile. Death is all they know, and death is what they are. Very, very cool bio. And an even cooler figure. And this is an instance in where a figure was sort of a surprise, but then kind of a long time coming, and just something that really, really hit the sweet spot. And they were surprised at how quickly these sold out on the website. Hopefully we can get some new ones. Of course we can. That's the expectation. But it was a limit of 4 skeleton builders and Skeleton Legion Builders 2 in the order. And I think they were up for 2 hours. And I'm pretty sure the 4 Horsemen were expecting that they were going to be up for a couple of days. But these are naked skeletons, right? So who can resist that? Skeletons have always been my favorite race in Mythos, because they can be, anything. They can be a dwarf, they can be, but these even broaden that, and they bring all these like delicious Harryhausen vibes. If you're young and you don't know who Harryhausen is, he's the one that did the stop motion animations in a lot of classic movies, and skeletons played a big part in that, and just really, really capture the imagination. So these are really cool. I remember back in the day when there were no naked skeleton builders, and Mike, which is a customizer in the community, was making them, to fit the Mythic Legion's aesthetic. So you had to go to PowerCon and pay, big bucks if you wanted to get a naked skeleton. But now here they are, obviously very popular, sold very, very quickly, and people are wanting more. Because once you get them out of the package and you start posing these, man, they are a lot of fun. So let's take a closer look here. This is one in kind of a standard pose. The one thing that I'd like to point out is that it has an articulated jaw, so that's fun because it makes him really expressive. You could have his mouth completely closed, you could have it agape slightly, you could have it wide open, maniacally cackling. Look at that. This is so awesome that we get the rib cage. These are, I have him holding the shield there, but obviously they come with shields. If you want nice, round, classic shields, this strap comes off, so you could put that around their waist, although I think it fits nicely around that. The rib cage there, because you can stow a sword back there, and because he obviously has a small waist. So also comes with this very classic spear, of course. and a very classic sword. So everything about this is like classic and awesome. And the other thing about it is that the bones move very, very nicely. They're very tight. So you should have no problem getting it into all sorts of dramatic poses. Yeah. And then I just love the intricacies of the sculpt and the paint. It's just perfect. I love these like bones here, and how they're pitted and how the wash just goes in there and captures these details everywhere, like seeps into the crack here, the fontanelles on the head, right, into the eyes, and they're just awesome. The other thing is that they're sturdy enough that you can pose them without worrying about them falling down or being fragile, or they're designed to be taken apart, but here you have a swivel there, and they just feel really sturdy, and they feel really tight, and they feel like they can pretty much hold any pose that you can imagine. And the reason for that is obviously, although they're thick boned, they can there's a lot of clearance here in the joints and stuff, so they can do all sorts of things. And the second one that I've posed, this one with the sword in the back, I love that look. And just all these parts. You've got the classic clip on the shield so that he can hold that and swivel it. And the articulation with this size of joints and bodies, it's just great. It's seamless, right? And then the head, of course, has perfect and awesome range of motion. Can look in any direction, up or down, right? These things can do, I'm not going to put them through all their paces, but they can do gymnastics. But basically what you want them doing is crawling up, on your good guys and trying to take them out. And here is just another example of what they can do in a little deeper crouch there. And I've replaced the regular hand that he comes within the package with a pointing hand and a pointing finger. And look at how much personality just that little new piece adds to it. It's really awesome. It's like he's coming for you. He sees you, and you're going to be in bad trouble. So let me open the package here and show you what hands these come with. Okay, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra hands. And you can see all the little, carpal bones in the hands. Really cool. This is a sword holding hand, or, you could hold a spear or whatever. And it has a hinge there that goes up and down so that he can hold a sword aloft if you want it to. That's a gripping hand. That's an extra hand. And then here's another one that has the swivel going this way so that he can, approximate those poses. That's a gripping hand as well. And then he comes with 2 more gripping hands on the opposite end that do basically the same thing. So right and left, you can switch in either a swinging swivel or an up and down swivel and get those kind of poses. But the coolest thing is the icy hand of death. So you have these fingers, right and left, and they can point. People have them picking their nose. People have them poking their ears, pointing at their head. It makes these so much fun. And I've seen tons and tons of people putting up all sorts of cool pictures, and it inspires me because these are just all about fun. Taking them out, swapping in, whichever one of the 6 hands you want, and just recreating battle scenes or having fun, whatever. These are perfect. I can't think of a way they could have been made better. Like the wash, the paint, simple but incredibly effective, lovingly sculpted as only Eric Treadaway can do. And you can tell he really studied anatomy. People are saying, well, they're bigger bones. That's the best thing about them, the thickness of the bones, because you don't have to worry about breaking them. They can stand easily, and these definitely look like they're not gonna flop around. Okay, let me show you from every angle here for you Pelvicus fans who are going to make a naked custom of Pelvicus. Down there, you got the sacroiliac, right? So, and then very, very cool. Look at the detail on that spinal column there. Just incredible. Perfect. The other thing to note on these is that the color of the skin is a bit different from the colors that came before. Here he is next to Tibius, I think is his name, and you could tell this one's a little browner, like a little yellow. These are a little lighter, but we're gonna get all kinds of skeletons in the Necronominous wave. And here he is next to Scapular, ready to take orders. It also elevates the ones that have the clothes and stuff, because these aren't the normal guys in your ranks, right? Like these are the commanders and the real badasses. But yeah, there you can see how there's a little difference in the color of the bone. This is a special skeleton Mildred 2 bone, so maybe they're a little fresher, and these guys have been out on the battlefield longer, and they're a bit more yellowed, right? And that's why they hold positions of particular power or esteem or prestige or whatever. But love these, everything about them. Slam dunk, home run, whatever you could say. They couldn't have been anything better. And I know that these are bringing, a smile to the face of like Mike, who has wanted them for so long that he went out and he chopped up a bunch of skeleton warriors, reconfigured special articulation, and put out some awesome customs in anticipation of, these were inevitable. We had to get these, right? But had no idea that they would be this awesome and this good. So congratulations to the 4 Horsemen. I hope they make tons more of these. Obviously, I think they would be really, they could catch on really well, populate people's Halloween displays. Who doesn't like a skeleton? I saw some guy bought one so that he could use it as a drawing, as an aid to drawing anatomy or whatever. So multiple uses and just awesome. Dia de los Muertos, Halloween, whatever kind of fun seasonal display you might want, and of course just building these legions out. I know people who got the full 4 in, and they're just like, I need more. I need more, right? An army of undead can go with anything. It can go with Marvel Legends. It can go with, G.I. Joe or whatever. And they're always going to be the personification of death and evil and Masters of the Universe classics. They can go with anything that you want and just make your display super duper cool. So don't know what else I can say. These are awesome. When they come back in stock, I'm sure they'll sell out just as quickly. So hey, you can't get enough of these. And congratulations again to the 4 Horsemen. Is Dwiz signing out.